Alright, so today we'll be looking at carrying on from the case study question and then to address these two questions, question D and question E. Alright, so I will first address question D. Because it's a high order question, I think it's important that we actually apply the necessary question analysis as well as the schematic plan. So for question D, if we look at this question, alright, discuss the impact of increased competition on consumers and producers of Singapore's postal services. So you can see here the command word here is discuss. Sorry, command word here is discuss. So what this means is we need to talk about both sides. So in this case here, what are the both sides? All right, discuss the impact. So there are the possibility of positive impact. There is the possibility of negative impact. All right, so we want you to address the positive as well as the negative impact. All right, of increased competition. Okay, on consumers as well as producers of your postal services. All right, so right now we want you to look at Singapore Postal Services, the consumer, as well as the producers. All right, whether will they see positive impact or negative impact from this increased competition. So before we develop the positive negative impact, we want to look at the perspective of consumer as well as the perspective of your producer. When we talk about producer of your postal services, right, who are we talking about? We are talking about companies such as SingPost, right, DHL, FedEx, etc. All right, all these were given in our extract. So when we are talking about these producers, all right, we want you to discuss, all right, are there positive or negative impact for the producers? And when you're a producer, I think at the end of the day, what is very important here, all right, you remember producers' default objective here is to profit maximize. So I think what is of utmost concern for them would be profits. So maybe when we try to answer this question, what you can do, all right, is to then, from the perspective of producer, find out what is the impact on the profits of this group of producers. Will it be positive? Will it be negative? All right, so that one I leave it to you to go and develop your answer because that's something that will primarily be the focus, okay, when you answer this question. When we talk about consumers here of your postal services, we don't just focus on your end consumer. End consumers, we are talking about yourself, myself. All right, we are the end consumers. All right, but we need to also understand that businesses, they do also make use of the services of these postal companies such as SingPost, DHL, FedEx. And when you buy your online shopping your items from online shopping retailers, they also send it through your postal services like Lazada. Okay, so what is this impact on this group of people and consumers as well as business consumers? All right, when we look at end consumers like us, what is of utmost concern? All right, I think importantly, we are concerned about price, right or not? We are also concerned about the quality of our services that we receive. And last but not least, the availability of choices. Am I only restricted to just one company? Or can I actually have a selection of companies to choose from when I want to send my items? All right, so these are various aspects. And when I have increased competition, what happens to them? Positive or negative impact? Okay, and then your business consumers, all right, your Lazada, your online shopping retailers, okay, they also make use of postal services in order to send their items to you. So at the end of the day, what are they concerned about? They're concerned about the cost. So at the end of the day, the profits level. All right, so this question D, should be quite straightforward if you're actually able to address this. All right, so I hope this has been helpful for you. I will now move on to question E. So if we look at question E, with reference to the data where appropriate, discuss the extent to which strategies that had been adopted by Singpost would enable it to remain competitive. So what were some of these strategies that they actually adopt? You need to go back to your extract, pick them out from there. All right, and then we want you to then make use of your understanding of this. All right, help us to then identify whether these strategies here allow it to remain competitive or not. So command word here, discuss, two-sided. All right, that means it has allowed it to remain competitive, it has not. All right, so that's the case for, the case against. All right, context here is simple, the strategies that they use. So down here, what we want to look at, we talk about the strategies. So you need to pick out the strategy. What kind of strategies have they used? Right, you saw that they were making efforts in terms of improving productivity as well as efficiency. So elaborate more on these strategies. All right, how have they made Singpost more competitive? How they have not really improved their competitiveness. All right, so you want to address this part here. How has the strategies adopted enable Singpost to remain competitive? All right, when you say to a large extent, why is that so? All right, so you can talk about this in terms of cost, revenue perspective. How has cost changed? How has revenue changed because of the strategies that they adopted? All right, so what did Singpost do? Singpost, they automated. Remember, they improved the productivity, improved efficiency through the use of machines. If you recall, in the 1 hour, your workers could actually only could only sort out 1,000 units of a letter. But with your machines, it could increase it by 10,000. It could increase it to 10,000 to 15,000. So it's a 10 to 15 times increase. All right, and of course, not just automation. All right, what they have done is they also diversify. Okay, they cater to a lot different product, different services. Okay, so you saw that in the extract they mentioned something about how Singpost, you don't just get to mail out your letter, you also get to buy candy, financial services, so and so forth. Drop your laptop there for repair services, etc. So they're trying to be more relevant so that they can compete with your competitors. Okay, you can then also look at these strategies and then try to suggest how, despite these strategies that have been adopted, have they actually seen any improvement? Or are there any limitations towards such strategies? And at the end of the day, you synthesize and you conclude. All right, I shall not give away too much of the answer because I want you all to try and practice it on your own. Feel free to ask me if you have any questions. All right, I think that's all for today. Thank you.